Hey, what's up, everybody? Brian McElfresh here, alongside Zach Tow. How's it going tonight, Zach?
Oh, it's going great, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Heck yeah. So we're here to announce a collaborative kickoff of a brand new league style that I have never really heard of. Zach really is the mastermind behind this. We've been testing it out. We're ready to launch it and compete with you guys in this brand new league. Zach, what do you have for us here?
All right. Well, you guys know probably how we do my bowl bash that I do every year during the bowl season. I wanted to do something somewhat similar for the regular season. However, we're going to call it, as of right now, pending change, subject to change. But as of right now, it's called the Stock Market Pick'em League. So basically, how this is going to work, it's going to function as a best ball. And you're going to pick, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my roster here. So this is, yeah. So I have my roster here. And every player is going to have a salary. Now, this is 100% set by Fantrax. We did not input any salaries. We didn't mess with any of them. Fantrax does it based off of projections. And each week to week, it's going to adjust salaries based on performance and along with projections until a certain point. Then it's only this season's stats that are factored in. So the kicker to this whole league really is if you roster a player, let's say week one, you set this lineup. I've got this lineup here. And as you see, like guys that are pretty cheap, if I get him cheap in week one and he stays on my roster, that price doesn't change. Like when the salaries update for week two, let's say he's at 4,000 and now he goes to 6,000. He stays at 4,000 on my roster because he's still there. If I drop him and then add him back, he would be at 6,000. So you have to kind of play the game of, should I keep him on my roster because he's super cheap, even though he's got a bad matchup this week? Or do I just let him go and try to field the best team? Because that cheap roster spot might be really important 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line when you can roster him and roster a stud quarterback that you know you're going to have to pay up for. A CJ Stroud, Malik Cunningham, Bryce Young type quarterback. Also works the other way. If you have a quarterback or a running back, whatever position you have, let's say it's a wide receiver. In this sense, I have JSN, Smith and Jigba. He's currently $9,719. If, let's say, week one against Notre Dame, they kind of keep him in check and his price comes down to $8,500. Now, I could cut him and then submit my lineup and then add him back for $85, creating salary on my team.
$8,500, yeah.
Right. If I keep him on my roster, he's going to still be at that 9,700. So it'd be kind of dumb to do that, to leave him on your roster. It'd be smart to go in and if anybody dropped you want to keep, take their new salary and readjust your team from there. So it's going to take some week-to-week management. It's going to take, it's a season-long contest, but it's going to be a week-to-week payout. Our plan, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, so some of the pitfalls there when you think about week to week, obviously with as many quarterbacks as you have here, you certainly wouldn't want a couple of them to be on a bye same week. That would be a problem. And then you think about injuries and how that affects value from an automated system like Fantrax here. So that's one thing where you can use injuries to your advantage potentially in this league.
Yeah. I did mention it as best ball. So in this particular league, you have to roster 18 players. You're going to have to roster 3 QBs, 6 running backs, 7 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends. We decided not to go with flex because this is already kind of daunting enough to fill out this roster week to week with salaries.
Oh, be real. You're still undecided.
I am undecided, but I think I'm going to stick with no flex. And the only reason I say it is a best ball.
Yep.
You're already picking 7 receivers. You're picking 6 running backs. And of those positions, it's only going to take 2 quarterbacks, your 2 best quarterbacks of your 3, three of your best three best of your 6 running backs and 4 receivers of your 7, and then 1 of your 2 tight ends. So you have some leeway to kind of build your lineup how you want, and not, you can take some risks on some guys and it may not really cost you because it is best ball. So you might make your cheap guys, in theory, you could load up 4 wide receivers that are really, really good, really, really high priced, and then take 3 receivers that are just minimum, not going to play guys, punts. You punt them all and just hope that those 4 receivers that you picked have good games.
Yep.
And in theory, I guess you could do that and field a good team. But I imagine through a season long, it's going to bite you somewhere.
Heck yeah.
So I would rather have 7 good receivers than 4 really good ones and 3 punts.
Yep.
Because it's safer that way. You
And
do what you want. It's your lineup.
You did a nice job with the floor too, bringing the value to 3,000. You know, a punt isn't like always going to be great value. Like as the values change throughout the year, getting into mid-season and everything, it's going to be harder and harder to find those cheap steals. Like getting them early is going to be a major key.
Getting them early, but here's the thing. If you have a guy at minimum week 1, you say, I'm going to take this guy, he's minimum. Good. Well, what if he has a bye week 3? Do you keep him on your roster because he's cheap? Or do you drop him and get a third quarterback or whoever, let's say it's quarterback, and you know you have 3 quarterbacks that are going to play? Or do you punt with the bye week guy that's cheap and take your 2 quarterbacks and just live with whatever score they give you? That's the risk you have to take.
Yep.
And the cool thing about this too is your lineup, if it's legal in week 1, it'd be legal all season. Because anybody in your lineup is not going to change salary. So you won't go over the cap that way. So let's say you were out of town and you forgot to reset your lineup. You still get points because your lineup is legal, and whoever plays would get you points. So you wouldn't be necessarily out of the season long thing that we'll get to here in a little bit. Like I said, we want to do a week to week contest. And then we also want to have it the season long marathon sprint, right? It's not a marathon sprint, marathon race. Marathon race to who has the best season. Trying to think what else I wanted to say, but anything you wanted to add right there?
Not really. Are you getting into like how the prizes will work?
Right. Okay. So as of right now, I don't think this is going to change. This seems pretty set. Like we've kind of agreed, $30 entry, nothing crazy. It's not going to be, something that prices half the population out. Like they're going to want to do it. $30 isn't crazy. I've seen people drop $100 on, just redraft leagues. Like it's nothing. So,
and you'll spend way more on DFS throughout the year, but this will be so much more fun. And we're going to blow this up on the website too.
Yeah. That'd be good. And Discords. I actually would love for the people to be in the Discords, because I will send out like a weekly, me or you will send out a weekly ping to the whole Discord that says, hey, don't forget to set your lineups for this week or adjust your lineups for this week, because you've probably already, week to week, you've already got a lineup set.
Yep.
But in theory, this is the best case scenario. I can hold up to 200 people in this league, unless I ask Fantrax to up my limit. I could make it go to 1,000 if I wanted to, I guess. That'd be great, right? Have 1,000 people. But let's just say I got 200 people, and at $30 a piece, that's 6,000 in the pot. I want to pay out $100 each week to the top score of that week, not the cumulative score of week to week, like who had the top score that week and that week only. So you could put up a 0 in week 1 through 2, 3, and 4, but in week 5 you put out a roster that's the top score, you get $100. So it keeps people engaged week to week, but it also encourages you to keep playing week to week till the end. So I want to do like a normal league, like 10, 11, probably 10 weeks. We'll do 10 weeks of regular season. And then I don't know if Brian, we talked about it beforehand, how in golf they have the FedEx Cup.
Yep.
Because NASCAR kind of does the same concept, I think, with like a chase to whatever the heck they call it now. But the idea is, let's say we had our full 200 people and we wanted to take the top 50. After 10 weeks, the top 50 will make the quote unquote playoffs. Okay. Now, the other 150 that are in the league would still get to play week to week. However, the 50 that made the playoffs are the only 50 that are eligible for the season-long money. Does that make sense? Did I explain that right?
Oh, no, you're good. So there's like a first, second. There's like, well, I think we have, obviously depending on how big the league is, but in
if it's
your
200,
scenario, we pay out the top 20, right?
The top 20 at the end of it all. So the top 50 would make the playoffs.
Yep.
And then after the week, let's say week, and this isn't 100% yet, but it's something that we'll probably talk about in the next couple of weeks. We'll recalibrate the standing or the scores after the 10 weeks. So the 50 playoff teams will, start at, 0 all the way to like 200 or something, right? To kind of bring everybody back to where they have a chance. If somebody is out in front by 1,000 points, then they've already won the league. It's not even worth, he's already sewed it up with 3 weeks to go. That's not cool. I'd like to recalibrate the standings at that point and then go from there. If you have a 200-point head start going into the playoffs, you're probably in the money. Right. You're probably finishing in the top 20 anyway, but it will force you to have to pick good lineups down the stretch.
Yep.
I know there's probably stuff I'm leaving out. I'm trying to think, but there's no restrictions on teams you can't choose from. This is all FBS. It's not just Power 5. It's not just Group of 5. It's everybody. I don't know. I can't speak for Fantrax, so I don't know how the week-to-week salaries are going to look. There might be a drastic change week 1 to week 2 because all of these salaries are based off their projections, and whatever projections they have could be way wrong.
Yep.
Right. So you could see big adjustments, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I got this idea from actually on Fantrax. I play in a Premier League just like this, and it goes week to week. And you do your salaries just like this. And I thought, man, this would be awesome for college football. And I think it can be. So,
I'm stoked. I hadn't seen anything like this. I can't wait. So,
because I know a lot of people do the DFS thing. I can't do DFS in Mississippi. I can't do college DFS in Mississippi.
Yeah.
So like this is kind of an alternative. And there's probably tons of other people out there that live in states that can't do CFB DFS anyway.
And this mixes in season-long DFS style.
Right.
Market values changing, roster management, best ball. Like this has got a lot of things at play. It's going to be super fun. Really hope we can fill this league all the way up. I think you're right. I think the over-under for how many people we get in this league is 100. And then we can recalibrate the pot from there. And
I know people are going to ask this question. Can I roster more than one team? I don't want to say no, you can't. But I think this one team is going to be a hard enough task to stay on top of. Especially, I mean, you can do it. I guess I'll say you can do 2 teams, 3 teams. If you pay for all your teams, that's on you.
Yep.
I guess if that's what you want to do. But if you want to do that, cool. But I think you're going to find that you're going to be going through week to week and making adjustments. Regardless, you might think your lineup's great. It might be great. But why wouldn't you take price reductions if you get them?
Yep.
Like I got Rasheen Ali is at $10,082 right here. I don't know if people can see that really well. Okay. All right, that should be pretty good.
Yep.
So Ali right here, $10,082. Let's say next week he's 9,000. Okay, I'll take him at 9,000. It's cheaper than what I got him right now, so I'll drop him this week, pick him up again.
Yep.
It's pretty cool actually. Like the more I think about it, like it's gonna be really fun. And don't be stealing my lineup here, guys. I'm giving you this as just a template. Like I probably gave some secrets out already on like some low priced guys, but
Yep.
everybody has the same opportunity to go find these cheap guys. It's not
Yep.
like there's any hidden secrets that, oh, we priced it this way to hide guys. Like, no, like this is 100% Fantrax that's done this.
Yeah, and if we get 70, 100 plus people in this league, we're definitely gonna continue to blow this up on the website.
yeah.
We'll feature it everywhere. I'll come up with some kind of
Also,
standings so that we can make
Yeah.
fun of the people that are doing terrible, but then also, highlight the
but
people
that's
that are
the
killing
beauty
it.
of this. They could be doing terrible and then have a great week,
That's all you need is 1 week to
and you win
make your money
$100.
back. Yeah.
You win $100, and now you're set. Now the $100 is also based on if we get a lot of people in it. If we only get 20 people in this thing, then the week-to-week prizes are not going to be $100.
Right.
But you guys get the idea. It'll be calibrated based off of how many people are in the league, how much money we get, and so forth.
Yep.
But I think this is going to be really cool. It's something different, keeps people engaged year long and week to week. I think there's going to be some bumps. I'm sure there are. Every year it feels like when I do Bowl Bash, there's something that happens that I'm like, oh my God, why does this have to be so difficult?
Oh, the life of a commissioner.
Oh man, I love it and I hate it at the same
It doesn't
time.
matter how old the people you are in your league, how young they are, how long you've been together. My
I
league
hate
has
that I
been
love it so
15
much.
years. I do too. My league's been running for 15 years, and every year it's the same questions from the same people.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely oh shoot, what did I just do? It's definitely like a labor of love that you
Yes.
do with being a commissioner.
Yep.
So like I could wipe my whole lineup right there, boom, and that's that easy. And I'll say this, and we'll put all this stuff in the Discords and on Twitter, and we'll explain it a little better. I don't know if you want to put up an article on CFB Dynasty
Absolutely.
that explains
Yes,
it a
we
little
will
better.
be doing that. 100%. We can
And
collab on that.
I can help you type up that.
Yep.
Not a problem. But as you see right here, I cleared my lineup, but those salaries are still there until I hit submit. They don't go away. So like, let's say week to week, you want to see what his new price is. You could take him out. He'd pop back in the player pool and you'd see, okay, his price is now 4,000. I'll take him now and then I'll submit. And some people are going to ask this question. Do you have to fill all 18 spots? Yes, you have to fill all 18 spots. So you can't just go price all the top dogs and leave four spots open.
Yep.
No, you got to fill all the spots. So
you snakes trying to cheat
look,
us.
I've thought of everything. I'm on top of you guys, these weasels. No, so look, it's probably not going to be perfect, guys, but I think it'll be fun.
It's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to it, Zach. And yeah, we can. So how do we get the invites out? How is that going to start?
So we will. I'm thinking. I don't want to make it exclusive to the Discord. I would love to promote Discord membership to get more details about it, but I'm not going to tie people down to joining a Discord. If they don't want to join a Discord, they don't have Discord. I'm not going to make them do it. Yeah. So we'll put it out there on Twitter. I think that's the best way to kind of put it out there.
Twitter is good, but dang, listen, everybody who's not in either or both of the Discords, the CFB Dynasty Discord, Burning the Redshirt Discord, we're going to have a lot of fun and talk college football all season long. We're going to be doing DFS stuff exclusive to the Discord and other things to drive more people there. And our goal is just to build a fun community and have fun while we gamble on college football and just watch college football and the sport that we love. So join in. Why not? Discord is free and it's easy. You can mute things if you don't want all the alerts on your phone. And I understand that.
Right. I'm ready for this. Like, we were talking on the Burning the Redshirt pod last night, which, by the way, is out if you guys want to listen to it. It's the audio is a little messed up on my end, but Chris and Andrew do a great job. They could hear me, but apparently my mic's having issues. I got to figure out what's going on. Besides that, go listen to it. But we were talking about, like, they do that 50 teamer. I don't know if you're in that 50 teamer with
Not right now. No, I was before. Yeah.
No, I was in it years ago. I decided I dropped out of that, and it was just like, because I got kind of shafted on the one I was in, like the conferences I was in. I just like, no, I don't like this, and I bowed out.
Yeah.
But kind of they're in that middle of that draft right now, and that's kind of like the signal of, okay, we're here, right? When that draft starts, it's kind of a couple weeks until you're really gearing up for week 0. Oh, another thing, week 0 does not count in this. We decided to kind of say, you know what? There's not enough games in week 0 to make this fun for week 0. I guess we could have, if I could shrink the roster down a little bit for 1 week, I guess I would.
Yeah. This will give us more time to get more people in.
Yeah, more time to get people in. More time to put it out there, get people, informed about it. There's gonna be people that are skeptical about this. I know they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's dumb," whatever. That's fine, join it, but it's something different. It's if you screw up 1 week, guess what? Wipe the slate clean and do another lineup next week. Yep. You've already paid your $30. What's the cause? What's the loss in doing another lineup the next week? So, that's what I got. We called it the stock market pick'em league. Like I said, it's it's subject to change, but I think we had a bunch of names we kind of tossed around before we jumped on here, but we called it the stock market pick'em league, obviously because the prices of players will move up and down, hopefully by their performance on the field week to week. But I can't guarantee anything about Fantrax is going to do anything. I'll say, just to give you an example, in my soccer, I can bring that up, by the way. Why do I have to leave it on college football? Like all my leagues that I got. Like, what a degenerate. Anyway, so here's my soccer league that I'm in. Same exact concept, right? And I had a goalkeeper. He was, I think, $9 or $10. I think he has a salary of $100, but $9 or $10 last week. Had a great game, and for some reason, Fantrax dropped him to $6. I don't know if they take matchups into account. I have no idea how they do it all.
Now, but can you see that? Like, how did you know what his price new value was? Because he's not in the pool. Do you have to take them out?
You can also, you see this right here?
Yeah.
This is available. If you uncheck that, it'll put everybody that you've taken into the pool.
Oh, nice.
So if I go to goalkeepers, pull it down. Ramsdale, there he is.
Boom.
He's choosing my lineup. Now that's his current price. I have already dropped him and re-added him at the lower price. Gave me more money to kind of play around other spots. It's going to be the same exact thing with the college football thing. Like I said, I'm not taking credit for the idea. I'm taking credit for putting it into motion.
You deserve the credit.
Well, it's going to be cool. Like I said, look at all my leagues that I got. I start my dynasty draft tomorrow or Saturday, or supplemental. Oh, you're in that league. Yeah, you're in the league.
Yeah.
Did you pay yet? Probably not. I sent out an email a couple days ago. But
I'm so behind on email. It's really a sore subject for me right now.
What's crazy is I went and sent out this email like, hey, everybody go pay. Our draft starts Saturday. And I'm like, shoot, I haven't even paid yet. What am I? I better go pay. So
give me a minute. I'll pay right now.
But yeah, it's definitely different. And I hope everybody is as excited about it as we are. But yeah, and if there's any other questions, you hit us both up on Twitter, Discord. Those are probably the two easiest ways, especially get a hold of me. I know if you hit me up at my personal ZR Tow _CFF or at BTR pod or at BTR _pod. And then the Discord server, we can actually put into the description of these YouTube channels, wherever you're watching, whether you're watching on the CFB Dynasty YouTube or the Burning the Redshirt YouTube. Either one, we'll have details on how to join each Discord and our Twitter follows. If I'm assuming you probably follow us on Twitter anyway. If you're getting to here, you probably follow us somewhere.
Right.
So is there anything you want to throw out there?
No, not really. I'm super stoked to get started. I just paid for your league, and
I can take the money and run now, right?
Speaking of degenerates, I'm going to leave this college fantasy podcast and go write some for the Sporting News. Our rankings are going to be featured there, and hopefully those will get out live very soon. Super stoked about that. But I'm going to try and get people to our Discords from the Sporting News articles too. So nice. That'll be fun. Just stoked about college football in general. So close now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like I said, it's 3 weeks away till week 0. Isn't that about right? Yeah. 2 weeks
days.
away. 2 weeks away from week 0, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Week 0 is one of those things that, you're not really excited about any particular game. You're excited about a game being played. Like, I think tonight, isn't there a preseason NFL game tonight?
There is. I saw some highlights there. Bailey Zappi.
NFL's cool. I like watching the NFL on Sundays, but God, the preseason's useless. It's terrible.
I like watching the rookies. That's it, really.
Well, you want to watch the rookies, but you want to watch them when it really matters. Like, not with the third team. Right. Like, half those guys are going to get cut. Mm-hmm. Like, you want to watch it in, like, the third preseason game.
Right.
When the starters play, which rookies are playing with them.
Yep.
That's what you want to see.
It's just hype season. You get it. Everybody gets excited over a couple practice highlights, one-handed catch, and now they move them up their draft board.
he ran a route and the guy fell down. So like, oh, he's an elite route runner. Like, okay. Well, he ran against another rookie and he might get cut. So
fantasy sleeper.
Right. But no, we are 2 weeks away from week 0. How much time you got?
Time left.
Could you do a couple win total things with, like, me and Chris and Andrew usually do these, but we're not going to run through a lot of them.
Yeah.
We're only like 55 teams in. Would you do a couple with me?
Let's do a couple. I'll go 5 or 7 or 8 minutes.
So we'll do probably 2 or 3. I just pick. Let me pull up my win total sheet. I have them all logged, which ones I've done and how many wins that we've given. You want to do any team? We haven't done Florida. It'd be kind of biased, I think. I think we shouldn't do Florida. You'd be too biased. Let's do some bad teams. We'll do bad teams. Bad teams.
Mix it up. Give me a couple good ones and a couple bad ones.
I'm going to start you off with a really bad one.
Yeah.
All right. So give me 1 second. UNLV.
Oh, goodness.
So week 1, this is how we do it. We kind of go week to week and we say, all right, do we think it's a win? Do we think it's a loss? I think we give them a win against Idaho State week 1. Because if you don't win that one, I don't know which one you're going to win.
I really need like my Phil Steele in hand for this one.
No, this is all just completely off the top of your head. This is what makes it so fun. If you don't mind, could you pull up the actual win total of this team?
Yeah,
and have it ready. Don't really look at it. Just pull up that site and just
all right. I won't pull it up yet.
Okay, so we've got to win week 1. They're off week 2. They come back at Cal. Like, that seems like a game that's winnable. I don't think they win it.
At Cal? No, Cal's going to win.
But as far as like Power 5 teams they could beat, that's one of them.
Yep.
So I think, okay, they're 1-1. North Texas, I think they lose that. They're in Vegas. They're playing in Allegiant Stadium, by the way.
That's cool.
Like, didn't they have their own stadium? They had their own stadium like on
UNLV
campus,
did,
right?
yeah. I used to fly into Vegas
So they're playing
every year
Allegiant
and
Stadium. That's where the
see
Raiders play.
UNLV. That's cool.
That's really cool. Doesn't really help them beat North Texas, but I think North Texas wins. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay, so they're 1-2 at Utah State. That's a loss,
Utah
right?
State, that's a loss, yeah.
New Mexico.
That's a tough one.
I'm going to give it to them. They're at home.
I'll go UNLV. Yeah.
Yeah, they're at home. So there's 2. I think they lose at San Jose State.
Mm-hmm.
Lose to Air Force.
Tend to agree there.
Air Force stuff. I think they lose to Notre Dame.
Yep.
At Notre Dame.
Oh no! Then they're bye week. Then at San Diego State.
Oh, look at the end of this.
It's rough.
At San Diego State, Fresno, at Hawaii, Nevada. I think they lose basically from San Jose State through Fresno. They lose all 5 of those.
Yeah.
At Hawaii, I'm not sure they win that one either.
I don't think so. Hawaii's got a lot.
I'll give them Nevada at the end.
Really?
And the reason I say that, they lost so much. Didn't they lose
lost
like
their coach,
the coach
and half their
and
players?
That's what I'm saying. They either went to San Jose
Yeah.
State or Colorado State.
Colorado State, yeah.
Like, what does Nevada really have? Like, I mean, we could be 100% wrong. We're not trying to be 100% accurate here, but we want to be what we think it is. So we think they have 1 win there. 2, 3 wins for UNLV.
UNLV is a 4.5 win
Okay.
total.
That's fine. Under. Hammer that under.
Take the under.
Hammer the under. All right.
The
So now,
plus side for UNLV is I don't know if he's going to win the job or not, or if it's even been announced yet. I got to catch up on some UNLV news. But Harrison Bailey,
yeah,
spring quarterback, former Tennessee 4-star or 5-star.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to roll with, can you see it?
Yeah, Washington.
The Kent State one, that one's tricky. Like, Kent State could put up a ton of points.
Yep.
How good is Washington? Like, I don't know how good they are. I think we've already picked Kent State, and I think we picked them to lose.
I'm
Kent
going
State
with Washington.
Yeah, I think we lean Washington because
Washington.
Kent State, we have Kent State winning 9, I think. No, 8. We're winning 8. They win 8. But their schedule, you'd have to look at the schedule, but lose to Washington. So Washington has 1 win. They play Portland State week 2. We give them that one. There's 2-0. Week 3, they get Michigan State.
Kent State's 5.
Yeah, we went way over on that one. But that's what makes this fun because we're going to come back and put the actual win totals by all of them and see how much money we would have won. But I think win, and then Michigan State at home. They get them at home. Get them at home.
Heck of a game. I'm
gonna go Michigan State.
I would too. I love what they're doing there. That they're becoming a really good program.
If you see this, they open up with 4 straight home games. They get Stanford at home, conference opener. Shoot,
Man,
Stanford's
game.
Like, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna lean Washington. For some reason, I'm gonna lean Washington. They're at home.
So 3-1. I can
3-1.
I can roll with that. That's going to be a tough one.
Then they lose at UCLA.
Yep, agreed there. Beat Arizona State.
You think so?
Arizona State's in turmoil.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, I think that there's so many question marks there.
Yeah, and they're
okay. Okay, we'll give them that one. We'll give them that. So they're what, 4-2?
Yep.
At that point, Arizona.
I like Arizona.
They're on the
Arizona
bounce back. They're a tougher game than Arizona State.
They're recruiting well, but I know their over-under win total for Arizona is like 2.5. Yeah. So I'm going to go Washington on that one at home. At Cal.
I think they can beat Cal.
I do too. I think they will beat Cal.
Yeah, they beat Cal. Bye week. This is where it gets tricky. Oregon State, I think they beat them off a bye week at home. That's kind of like a prime time Friday night.
Yep.
That's the time you're going to beat them. And then
Yep.
at Oregon is a loss, I would think.
Will Zach stay awake for the end of that Oregon State Washington game that starts 10:30 Eastern?
Oh, absolutely.
You're
On a
in?
Friday night. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Then at Oregon, I think they lose.
Yeah.
Colorado, they win.
Yep. Rivalry game.
The Apple Cup. The Apple Cup. What is Washington State right now? Like Rolovich is no longer there. Like, what is the game plan for Washington State right now?
Man, that's gonna be a tough game.
That's a toss-up anyway.
I think Washington will win. I know they're favored and
So
overall better roster. I'll roll with that.
With that said, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins.
Yo,
I don't
it's
think
a little
that's
bit
right.
high.
I think it's probably 7.
7.5.
Well, that's not crazy. I'll say this. I'm not 100% sold. See, when we have me, Andrew, and Chris doing it, there's 3 of us. So if 2 of them pick one way, we go with that way.
Yep.
So it's like a tiebreaker vote. I think they lose one of the 2 Arizona games, Arizona State or Arizona. I don't think they win them both. And I don't know which one I would pick them to lose. I think I would pick it at Arizona State because it's on the road.
Yep.
After the loss to UCLA, I could see them losing at Arizona State. I know they're in turmoil and everything, but I just don't know that Arizona's ready to take that leap yet.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, 2023, Arizona might be in its position where they can do that.
Yep.
They got Jaden DeLaura, right?
Yep.
They're in Arizona.
And the 4-star corner or 4-star running back from the Under Armour All-American Bowl. Yeah, and some really good Cowing and transfer.
So like they have some pieces. I just don't know if they're ready to take that jump to beat Washington. And not that Washington's like a juggernaut, but like I think perennially Washington recruits typically better than Arizona does.
Yep.
I'm going to say they lose to Arizona State, beat Arizona. That's what I say. And that would put them at 8-4.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Let's do one more. I can do one more.
Yeah. I mean,
pick someone interesting.
Okay, give me a second. Do you care what conference?
SEC.
Okay. I knew you would say that. Let's see who I haven't picked yet. I'm not going to pick Florida. That's too easy.
No, it would be probably too painful, honestly.
I'm not going to do that to you. Oh, you'll hate this. You'll hate me for this. All right. Here we go. Missouri.
Oh man, this just takes me back to Luther Burden. This is hopefully no one from my home league is listening right now, but like Luther Burden versus Evan Stewart from A&M. If you're going to take a freshman receiver, I worry about the quarterback at Missouri.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
Brady Cook
what they have there. I just don't know. Yeah.
They named Brady Cook yesterday?
Right.
I think, or 2 days ago.
Just how good is he going to be in SEC play? I have no idea.
Yeah, and they have Tyler Macon and Jack Abraham somehow still playing college football.
Yeah.
So it tells me a lot that Jack Abraham didn't win that job. That you've been playing college football for like 8 years and you still can't win the job against 2 unproven guys. So
maybe he's doing the Hunter Johnson route or whatever, just trying to be a grad assistant and then be a coach.
Something. But all right, let's run through Missouri and then we can call it a day. All right. Louisiana Tech.
Win.
I think they win. I think they lose at Kansas State.
I agree.
That's a tough game. We almost picked Texas.
Can you click into Kansas State and see who they play in the first game?
We don't do this. This is not what we do. We don't.
Okay, all right. Well, but
I'll tell you.
A lot.
But I'll tell you, South Dakota is who they play.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I think at Kansas State, it's always a tough team to play at home or at Kansas State.
Yeah.
We almost took Texas last night to beat them or to lose to them at Kansas State.
Yeah.
So I'd say at Kansas State, they lose.
Yep.
And then they come back, beat Abilene Christian.
Yep.
Then this is where Missouri's road begins.
LLL for me.
Right. Like if the Auburn game, like I don't know what Auburn really has either.
They've got a great O-line, a really good D-line. Like they're going to control the line of scrimmage there.
But are they going to be any good moving the ball? Like with their skill positions? I'm sure they've got the skill positions.
Well, at receiver they have a lot of new, and you don't know who's going to start at quarterback.
And quarterback, right?
So, but they do have Tank, and they're going to control the line of scrimmage, and
I think
they're
Auburn
at
wins.
home.
Yeah, Auburn's going to win. Then Georgia, clearly, I think runs through them. Florida, I think wins.
Yeah, at home.
Then they get the bye week. Then they come back for homecoming against Vanderbilt. I think we can agree that they can win that one.
They can win it. Yeah, it's not a gimme.
No,
I don't think, but
I think if there's a win, well, there's another win on the schedule, but that's a win at South Carolina. We'll count it up at the end. We'll count it up at the end. At South Carolina, they're such an interesting team.
Yeah,
because South Carolina, if you were a Florida fan and you were saying, you know what, if I'm going to bet on somebody not Georgia to win the East, South Carolina would be a good like dark horse team to take.
Yeah,
I don't think they win the East. I mean, it's Georgia's division
honestly,
to lose.
If I'm gonna bet on someone not Georgia to win the East, what am I doing with my life? Like Georgia's just gonna win the East most likely. Right. If you're betting on someone else, it's a shot in the dark. But probably actually Kentucky, I think, is the second. I mean, favorite.
Look, Tennessee's gonna be good. Kentucky's gonna be solid. South Carolina, we just don't know.
Yeah, the East is gonna be fun.
South Carolina could easily surprise everybody.
They could do it.
They have a 5-star quarterback.
And I think they play Georgia at home early in the year, which is when you want to get them. I think like week 2 or something like that, they play Georgia.
Right. So I think they lose to South Carolina. Missouri does. Yeah. Then lose to Kentucky. And I think they lose at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I think the only other win that's on the schedule is New Mexico State, because then I think they lose to Arkansas.
Yeah.
So that puts them at 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
4. Missouri is at 4.
Let's see what they're at here. They're at 5.5.
Oh.
So if you had to pick another win, where would you pick it? I guess maybe
I would say maybe they're saying that they're gonna beat Kansas State.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I feel like I don't think they're beating Arkansas. I don't think they're beating Tennessee. I don't think they're beating Kentucky. South Carolina is the kind of the swing vote, right? Because if South Carolina has a lot of pieces that they've brought in that could easily make them a really tricky team to play.
Mm-hmm.
But do they put it all together?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dang. Well.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm typing something on the Discord, but yeah, that's it for now. I mean, as far as our win totals, I wanted to knock a couple more of those out because we won't get through all of them, and I figured why not?
Anytime, dude. Anytime.
So, but yeah, if you guys you're still listening, if you're watching this at all, we got the salary or the market, stock market league that we're doing. We'll put details out, like we said earlier. Twitter, Discord, website, we'll have it all explained out for you guys. But I can't wait for this to get going, and would love to see all of you guys in there. I'd love to fill it up. 200. I would absolutely love to have to email Fantrax and said, hey, can you up my 200 team limit to like 500 so I can add more teams?
Heck yeah.
So, hey, let's see what happens. It'll be a fun time.
Can't wait, dude. Can't wait.
Yep. So that's all we got, I think.
All right, man. Well, have a good rest of the night. Appreciate it. And y'all enjoy some preseason NFL, and We got 16, 15 days till week 0 kickoff. So looking forward
Yes,
to it.
sir.
Appreciate it, guys.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
Later.